Hello, hello, hello. We are back again on our hashtag holistic health live sessions. And this month we are talking harmonious love, baby. Hence the earrings. Again, this is my February edition. Whoever summarizes the whole month, all the topics for the month adequately in such a way that the audience is perplexed. Yeah, like an insightful comment, like you comment on my Facebook video, whereby we just review and just talk about the whole thing. I'll summarize it first in my own perspective, and then you guys comment on the Facebook video your summary or your perspective, your insight on how you what you learned, or how these this month's topics helped you. I hope I'm making sense. And if you do that, the most voted or the winning comment voted by the audience will win a pair of these earrings. These are the February earrings. Will win a pair of these earrings, a certificate of participation, and a share of Eswatini mobile airtime. So yes, today we are going to be talking about romantic relationships with Thandwa Dlamini. Okay. To please join. I'm so saddened by the fact that nobody actually bothered to even try, at least try, to enter the competition last month. But it's fine. I hope this month will be different. So yeah. In the meantime, let's wait. Let's wait for Thandwa to come through. Okay. Okay, we have sent out the invite. Romantic relationships, baby. I can't wait for us to learn. These days, Jolo wa everybody. So I feel like sometimes it's not that Jolo is per se. It's just that we don't know what we are doing, right? We nobody tells us, nobody has given us the template. We don't have the blueprint to follow on what is and what isn't. Sometimes you just need to be pushed, we just need to be given a nudge towards a certain direction, and then we take it from there, right? But then nobody is actually giving us that nudge. So I feel like today we're going to, yes, and I've invited you. Do you see the invite? If not, then please request to join so that I can accept your request. Yes, I'm still advertising the earrings in case somebody be like, I don't even know what's happening. Yes, these are the earrings the winner will receive together with a certificate of participation. It's so pretty. And 20 years down the line, the certificate will be extremely valuable. Who knows? Who knows? Nobody knows. So yeah, it's these earrings, a certificate of participation, and a share of Eswatini Mobile. And yes, by the way, we are sponsored by Eswatini Mobile. So woohoo, woohoo. We are using Eswatini Mobile. It's extremely fast, reliable, and affordable. There we go. Right. Mm-hmm. Instagram. Okay, I can see your request. percentage 1,000 times. But let's wait a bit. It would work out. It always does. Instagram with its. Yes.
Hi.
Hello. How are
Oh,
you?
thank you. How are you? It's
Yeah,
so good to be here.
see you. I am so sad. Instagram sometimes does this and it's really, really sad, but it's fine. But
Bro,
it's fine.
we're gonna wing it anyway, right?
Let's do it. Come in. Who cares? As long as you can see me and everybody can see us. So,
Make it
woohoo.
work.
Let's do it, David. Let's
Yeah.
do it. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Ethan, I'm so sad that I can't see you, but then let's wing it as you
You
said.
can't? I
I
can
know.
see you.
I know it happens. It happens sometimes, but it's fine. It's fine. It happens sometimes, but I know that after we're done, everything will be perfect. So don't worry. Let's just
Aw,
do this. How
you
are
feel
you
so bad.
again? At that time, I think at that time I'm asking how you are, but it's fine. Okay. Yes, yes. Thandwa, can you please introduce yourself and why you feel like you are worthy to address us
Oh my
with
gosh.
this? Go, go, go.
Sure, of course. Okay, so my name is Thandwa Dlamini. That's my full name, but I'm commonly known as Thandwa. Um I mean, in general, I just love life, man. I love life. Over the past few years, I've literally invited everybody on Instagram to see me and my passion for travel. And, we even built a whole community and people have been sharing their own journeys with me. So it's just been beautiful because I just love life. And, I don't know if being worthy of today's topic is how I would define it. But look, I think it's one topic that is absolutely important to have, more especially for our generation these days, because I don't know, for some reason, we're just like witnessing so much going on, when it comes to romantic relationships. You read the news, there's just so much sadness going on, sad news, failed relationships left and right. And, it just causes one to literally just pause and ask, what is going on? What are we not getting right? And what should we fix? So I think for me, that literally just becomes one of the things that we really should be speaking about as a generation, as a community, just to share those pointers and ideologies so that we can fix whatever is broken, and just improve in the area of relationships.
True. Love it.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it. So yes, today we are addressing romantic relationships as Thandwa Dlamini has introduced. So she's going to cook us. In your perspective, please cook. Just cook us. Don't leave us medium rare. Don't leave us rare. Leave us well cooked. Over to you, Thandwa.
Thank you. So, I think firstly, I just want to start at um, how this whole romantic relationships thing came about. I mean, I'm a Bible girl. I'm a Christian girl, and I love having that be my manual for life. Because, like I said, there's so much going on. And there comes a time where you need to pause and just like try and find information, that will provide a roadmap for you that gives you a healthy picture of what a romantic relationship should be. And for me, that is the Bible. And when I go and I look at how the whole concept of romantic relationships started, I mean, it literally started in the first book of the Bible, where God created them male and female. And I'm particularly fascinated by how he created a female, because Adam was bored. He needed a friend. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. But when you read the Bible, it says that obviously Adam was created first, and he had a whole life. He had God, he had animals, he had the Garden of Eden. And the Bible clearly paints the picture that God saw that something was missing, and he decided, I know what to fix. I know what he needs, and he gave him a perfect companion for him. And I love how the Bible paints the picture that after Adam saw his his wife Eve, no one even told him. It just says immediately he opened his eyes, he just knew. He just said, that is the bone of my bone. Like, he just knew, that's my wife. And I am particularly fascinated by two things there. That firstly, Adam didn't even know what he needed. God did. And Adam didn't even ask, but God just provided exactly what Adam needed. And I find it, for me, that's the first place where we need to go. You know, when we speak of the area of romantic relationships, let's go to the person who created the concept in the first place. He knows the roadmap. He knows what he was doing. He even knows why he created you to be a person who will at some point in life need a certain companion. And he knows, for the specific person that you are, what type of companion do you need. And someone may even ask, but how do I do that? You know, how do I go to God? And there's so many scriptures in the Bible where we're literally just taught to pray to God. Ask God, ask God, ask God, and He is faithful to answer. And I believe that that's literally what we just need to do as a generation. In fact, as a human being, more especially when you feel like, okay, you know what? I actually think I'm ready to explore this whole relationship thing now. Just go on ahead and ask, you know, God, and just pray about it, involve Him in it, and He's gonna help you open your eyes to the right person, just like He did with Adam. And you know, once, I believe, once you get that in check, then the next thing is, okay, girl, now what's the wisdom for building this whole relationship thing? Because it is, I don't think it's something that comes with like a black and white paper to say, here's a manual on how you can create a healthy relationship. So it's something that most of us just navigate. But just from discussions, from readings, from also just, you know, studying the Bible, I find it that firstly, it is important that when you're going to build a healthy relationship romantically, you need to come from a place of wholeness. Because what I've found most of us do is, you feel there's a certain emptiness in you. You feel, oh, you feel there's a certain level of not even feeling complete. And you feel like, you know, when I get him, then I'm going to be happy. When I get him, then I'm going to feel complete. When I get him, then I'm going to feel beautiful. But like, I find it that's actually like the wrong way to go about it, because you need to feel whole as an individual. You need to feel worthy. You need to understand who you are and what your worth is, so that when your eyes open to the right person, you also don't give them the pressure to just like live a life where they now, it's like it's their job to validate you. Because his job, I'm going to speak from the context of being a female, but what I'm saying applies to whether you are a female or a male. I mean, or yeah, whether you're a female or a male. But like, so for me, my partner's job is not to like validate me every day. And I need you to understand me clearly. When I'm saying it's not his job, I'm not saying he's not allowed to do it. I'm not saying it's not nice when he does it. I'm just saying I should not be in a place where I cannot function if my partner doesn't validate me. I should not be in a place where I can't function because my partner didn't do this and that, and so on and so forth. I should be whole. I should know my worth, and I should feel worthy. He shouldn't be the reason that I feel worthy. I shouldn't feel like, oh, I've arrived in life because now I'm dating or now I'm married. You know, I should feel like I've arrived in life because I'm living the purpose that God created me for. You know, and my partner's just coming to sort of like aid my life so that I can do better towards achieving my purpose, and vice versa. I do the same for him. So I find that that's the first important position to be in before you build any relationship. And that is the one thing, or one of the important things, that will help you maintain a healthy relationship. Because if you are whole, you'll also be able to look at certain situations from I'll use the word zoomed out perspective, from like an aerial perspective sometimes. So for instance, when emotions come and you're feeling hurt, you're feeling attacked, you're feeling whatever emotion, and you're maybe even in an argument with your partner, you will be able to address that not from a point of being triggered by whatever. You'll be able to sort of like zoom out and look at everything from an aerial perspective, an aerial view perspective, so that you can even convict your own self if needs be, correct your own self if needs be, and also be able to listen to what your partner is trying to say, and not just be the one communicating your own emotions, but not hearing and listening, or rather listening and hearing, because those are two different things, what your partner is saying, and also nurturing each other. Because remember, at the end of the day, both of your guys' jobs is, because you've now decided to commit to each other, your job is to nurture each other. Your job is to build what you are building, and your job is to serve each other. And I want to sit on that word serve for a second, because I think so many of us go into, somebody called it a, he made a beautiful analogy where he was using a dog and a leash. So he says, so what people do in a relationship is, so it's like there's this dog, and then it attracts both of them, and then they all just come to this dog, and they both like leeches, and they sucking this dog, and then once they commit, because like the dog is what attracts them, right? And then once they commit, you now remove that thing that attracted you to the other person, and then now you're just left with each other, and then there's nothing to leech off of. And then now it's like you're leeching on each other, and then you're drying each other out. And that is a picture of an unhealthy relationship. And but if your position is, I'm here to serve him, I'm here to serve her, then you will not so much be looking at what are you doing for me. You will more be looking at what are you doing, or what am I doing for you. And secondly, if you're there with the mentality to serve, then you will also, because remember, we said you need to be whole. And then now you're coming with a mindset to serve. And with that combination, you will also know how to communicate your own needs, because you will know what your needs are, and you'll communicate them in a healthy way. And because so many times in our relationships, you find that I'm going to be hurt because, typical example, and I see this trending so much on social media, and I just like every day get hurt, because you see a whole trend going on about, hey, so this guy, like he doesn't even text me good morning in the morning, or he doesn't even call me during the day, or he doesn't even send me flowers or stuff like that. And I'm just there thinking, is he even aware that's what will make you feel loved? Because somehow we just automatically expect my partner should know how I want to be loved without communicating it to them. I mean, it's a whole different situation if you have communicated and a person is not willing to do what you have communicated. But in most instances, we don't even know how to communicate, or we don't even know that we have to communicate our expectations. So I was just like speaking to that point, that it's very important to communicate your expectations and receive the communication from your partner pertaining their expectations as well. And once you have that information, your job is now to serve him or to serve her, because now you know how to serve them, because now you know their expectations. And I think that is important, to have that position in your mind, because it's so important, more especially towards building a long-lasting relationship. Because I mean, I don't know about you, like, you tell me if I'm wrong, but we've been raised by a society that prioritizes so much things like looks, that I'm going to be attracted to a person's looks, and that is my deciding factor to who I'm going to be with. and then you partner with a person, and then after committing to that person, now you're like, wait a minute, where am I? What's going on? Who is this person? You know, and so it just makes it all the more important to just pay attention to such principles, self-awareness, and also just like your approach to this whole thing. And I think the 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 next other thing I would want to touch on, and I think I've already started speaking to it, is the communication element, because then that is how you also build trust. So with communication, you know, we and as a society, in most instances, when we speak about communication, we're speaking about like the good days, you know, the happy days when it's all jokes and it's all fun. But the reality of a healthy relationship is there are going to be bad days. The arguments are a part of the game. The not seeing eye to eye is a part of the game, but it's in the how you address it that matters. It's in the how you approach it that matters. And I was speaking to somebody the other day and I was saying, you know, we as a community need to learn conflict communication, because that is the one thing that is causing all of this brutality that we are seeing in social media these days, in the news, everywhere you go. So much toxicity in our relationships just because we are failing at conflict communication. I was so heartbroken the other day. I walked to a shopping complex, literally a grocery shop. And I'm there just as I'm about to enter at the parking lot. I literally witness a man beat his girlfriend right next to her 5-year-old daughter. And then obviously now I'm you know, drawn to what is going on here. And he was shouting at her and the baby was crying. And I'm asking the security, what is going on here? Why aren't you doing anything? And they say, no, he's upset because he just found that there's another girl. Oh, she just found that he was talking to another girl. And then when she asked him about it, he got upset and beat her because he was choosing not to be accountable. And I was saying to myself, this is the thing that is killing us, because that's a moment of conflict communication. Both of them are feeling something in that moment, and both of them need to take that position to serve each other by listening. What are you feeling? Why are you feeling what you are feeling? Okay, I'll take the responsibility and acknowledge what I may have done to contribute towards you feeling that way. And because I love you and I care, I apologize and I nurture your feelings. And you do that to your partner, and your partner does that to you. And in that way, you're able to show yourself love. And I think secondly, empathy. It's just empathy towards your partner in the moment of a conflict is so important, because I find it in so many instances what we do is you just immediately take a position of defense. Like, bro, what are you talking about? I didn't do that. Why are you even upset? I didn't do nothing. You know, and that time the reality is he's feeling what he's feeling and it's true to him at that moment. And what you are choosing to do is dismiss his feelings and show me how that is love. Because if he does that to you, do you feel loved? So, you know, taking us back to the whole point about serving, serve your partner by showing them empathy. So conflict communication, learning the art of conflict communication, and just being conscious all the time to the position of serving your partner. Your job is to serve. Immediately you decide to commit to a relationship, your job is to serve your partner. And I think another thing that I want to just touch on is, and I don't know, I've been watching social media and it's like we're just demonizing the concept of celebrating each other in our relationships. And I'm seeing so much more, especially from the man conversations. And I mean, I may understand where they're coming from because maybe it has been abused, but I think it's a beautiful thing to celebrate your partner, because this is a person that you intentionally chose to be with. This is a person that you are saying is adding value to your life. And I mean, look at it like, if if you work somewhere, right? And part of their policy is, if you perform well, or just to show recognition and appreciation of you, will give you benefits and will give you a bonus at the end of the year. That's literally the same principle in celebrating your partner. It's just that you apply it differently here. So I don't think it's a bad thing, you know. And I know that a lot of people would come for me for saying this, but I think it's a beautiful thing as a woman to allow your man to celebrate you by spoiling you. And I think it's a beautiful thing as a man to allow your woman to celebrate you by spoiling you. And I don't want to generalize it to say, spoil your woman by buying them flowers, buy them groceries, buy them what, because people are different. What may work for me may not work for you. I may not love flowers, but you may love flowers. I may not love chocolate, but you may love chocolate. I mean, your partner may not love being served on a tray or being cooked for, but he may love something else, you know. So it is for you to learn your partner's love language, because you loving him or loving her the way that they receive love, and paying attention to that detail, it is a part of you celebrating them. That's like how you start. And also, you will know what to do to make them feel celebrated and to make them feel loved, because remember, we are serving one another. So it's not about me. I'm not here to just draw your love and leech on you and leech on you until I dry you out. But I'm here to give. Like, that's my primary position, you know. And I think the last thing that I want to touch on is, yo, it's 6 days away. The most famous day of the year, the most talked about day on social media. Valentine's Day. And I think for me, I would say this is literally just what I've just been speaking about in the last point that I just highlighted, celebrating love. Because that is what I think Valentine's Day is, or the essence of it, celebrating love. And if you've been blessed with a partner, hey, why not celebrate them? And I was actually just having a conversation with a friend of mine about Valentine's Day, and the thing was, you know what? It shouldn't be a day where women are showered with gifts, and that's the essence of Valentine's Day. Because he's got needs too. He also needs to feel special and loved, you know. So as a woman, take this day to celebrate your partner. You already know him. You already know what he loves, what his love language is. So maximize on that. You know, do the things that you know he will appreciate, and that will make him feel celebrated and loved. And just the same way that he is going to do for you on this day. So I really would say the number one tip for Valentine's Day from me this year: serve your partner. And the number one tip for your relationship in general: serve your partner. Make that be your primary position. You are here to serve him. You are here to serve her. And let anything that you do emanate from that position. And your partner, if you have that position that I'm here to serve you, and your partner has that position that they're here to serve you as well, imagine how beautiful that is going to be. Because literally, if I step on your foot, my immediate reaction will be, oh, did I hurt you? I'm so sorry. You know, my immediate position is not going to be, but why are you standing in the way? Because I'm here to serve you, and vice versa. If you step on my foot, your immediate position will be empathy, and it's not going to be defense. So I hope I've given you a lot to think about.
True, true, true. Can I ask, or you're still going on?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, I have so many questions. Okay, but then I'll just start from the beginning. Okay, should I ask all of the questions,
Let's
or one by one?
one at a time.
Perfect, perfect. Okay, one may say that I've been asking God, okay, maybe if this is what I should do or if this is the right, yeah, just asking God, inquiring things, but I never get any reply. Is that a thing?
You know, um, so I have two thoughts in my head right now in response to that question. But the first position is actually going to be something that I heard. There's a lady that I listen to a lot, Stephanie Ike. Check her out on YouTube if you don't know her. She dishes out so much good information about relationships. But she said, if you have been praying and asking God and you feel like he's not saying anything, then go to the last thing that he said. So if he's
Hmm.
not, yeah, like stay on the last thing that he said. So if he never said anything about that person or that area of your life, then treat it as I'm yet to receive communication. I'm not going to move on until I hear what God said. And the second thought that I had to this question is, and oftentimes we go to God to pray for a specific person because we've identified. So it's not now, it's like now you're just looking for God to say, hey, so there's this person. Can you just tell me to go ahead? And God is there like, but I didn't make this person for you. Like this person's not good for you. And then now when God says what you're not ready to hear, or you feel like you're not hearing what God is saying, and then now you feel so frustrated because you're just not getting, the answer that you are looking for specifically. So it's just like to conscientize us to be careful of that as well. And another thing that's just coming to my mind is I think we all need to be careful of idolizing the concept of relationships, because I think that is what has made so many people um, narcissists, and it has also made so many people victims of narcissists, because we just idolize this concept of relationships, and we're so, and oftentimes, for the lack of a better word, desperate to be in a relationship, to the point that anybody who comes around, oh, if they see me, oh yeah, he's cute, all right, let's do this, without even like touch basing with God, or just because like you just want to be in a relationship because this thing is an idol to you. So I think we really need to be careful of that. And somebody said, um, idolatry attracts narcissism, and narcissism is never a good, it never has a good ending for anybody. So we really want to be careful of that. I hope I answered your question.
Very much so. Oh, wow. Love it. Love it. Love it. Okay, there's this part about conflict communication. Okay, someone may say, I am just so lost. What the H is that? I don't even know where to start. I mean, I'm just confused right now. I don't even know. So I don't know what. Okay, but one thing I've just heard from this is you should, okay, firstly, you should listen, what's the word? Communicate. It has standpoint of empathy. Okay, that's the first thing I heard. But what else could this person do? This person is saying, like, I'm very, very confused. I really don't know what you're talking about. So can you help me out?
Yeah, I think
Mhm.
it's a beautiful question because, like I said, a lot of us, we just, it's like information that we don't really pay attention to or we don't know. So a conflict in its mere meaning is when we don't see eye to eye, right? And we are clashing on something. And two things could happen in that moment. We could fight and stay mad at each other, or we could resolve it through effective communication, right? So when I'm speaking about conflict communication, I'm now saying, okay, firstly, let's acknowledge that there's a conflict here. Secondly, let's both take a position to say we are communicating to resolve the conflict, because primarily we care and we love each other. Primarily, we are here to serve each other. And yet, at the same time, for whatever reason, for whatever situation, we're not seeing eye to eye on this particular matter, and it's causing us so much conflict. So let's resolve it through communication, effective communication. And I think it's very important to keep in mind that both of us are emotional in that point. So both of us need to really work hard at regulating our emotions. Um, I'm feeling what I'm feeling and you are feeling what you are feeling, and rightfully so, because both of us are upset. But it's very important that we remember that we are upset due to that particular situation that we are dealing with. I'm not upset at you as my person, because I trust you, and I believe that whatever you do is to serve me and show me love, and you trust me. So it's not you that I'm mad at. It's just this particular situation that is causing me frustration. So it's very important to remember that as we're having a conflict communication moment, where we are now saying, hey, I'm not attacking you, you're not attacking me. We're just like putting our emotions out there so that we can acknowledge them, and then also acknowledge this problem that we are dealing with, and then find a common ground to resolve this matter. I hope I explained it in a way that makes
It
sense, eh?
does. It does. I think anybody who's listening right now, you are literally referring to our January session. It's been just addressing this. So,
Yeah,
woo, kudos to you. Amazing.
that's amazing.
Right, right.
Yeah,
Jigsaw puzzle, baby.
yeah.
Okay, and then another person may say, I never feel celebrated in my relationship. I feel like I'm the one who's serving, and I feel drained, like I'm pouring from an empty cup. So what would you advise? What would be your advice to that person?
I think my first question would be to ask them, what would make you feel loved? I once had a a conversation with a man who was just sharing that he was frustrated because he felt his wife didn't respect him. And my question was, what makes you feel respected? What is respect to you? Can you believe that he didn't have the answer? But he
Right.
expected her to do something
What is
that made him feel respected,
that?
but he didn't even know what it is,
What
what
is
it
that?
looks like for him to feel respected.
But
So
what
my
is
first
that?
question would be that. Yeah. My
Like
first
what is that? Sorry, according to you, what causes that? Because most of us feel like, okay, I feel like I'm serving, but I'm not getting anything in return. But when asked, what do you need? I don't know.
You don't know.
What's that?
Because remember, our first point here was you need to feel whole. You need to know yourself
Oh,
first. You need to love yourself first, because it's only then that you will know what it is to love you. It's only then that you will be able to help the other person to love you. Because you know, he's not here to fill in a void, because there's no void. So he's only here to add on what's already there, and because you already know what it is to love Thandwa, then you will be able to help him. So that is why I'm saying my first question would be, what is it that will make you feel loved? And then my second question would be, have you communicated that to your partner? Because then that's another thing that I think a lot of us don't do. That I feel so frustrated. You know, I just would love it if I get home from a long day, and I've been telling him that I've been in back-to-back meetings the whole day, and you know, just for him to cook, you know, dinner because he got home early. But he doesn't even know that that is what you would like, because you never communicated that to him. And as a result, I'm sitting here frustrated, and he's there confused why I'm frustrated. So yeah, I think a combination of those two things is so important. Know what it is that makes you feel loved, what your love language is, and communicate it to your partner. And also, when you do, guys, please let us have patience and grace with one another. It's not going to be an overnight thing. If your love language is something that is new to your partner, he's or he is or she is going to need time to adjust to the idea. So give them grace. You know, it's going to be a one step at a time type of thing. But if a person is dedicated to it, and you can see that they're really committed, they, you know, making those little decisions, doing those little things, acknowledge it. You know, if you said to your partner, um, you know, babe, I really love it when you open the door for me, and then you see the next day he's opening the door for you, acknowledge it, appreciate it, you know, because that also just affirms that, oh yeah, no, I'm actually loving my partner, right? You know, and it makes them feel good. So I hope that answers the question.
It does, it does. But then it's bringing up a follow-up question. How do I know that, okay, this is enough grace? Now, this is where I draw the line. I've given this person enough grace.
Yeah.
How do you know where do you draw the line?
I think that's a very beautiful question because there's a fine line between a person is still learning, how to love you right, or a person has just chosen, no, I'm not going to do what she's asking for. So I think, honestly, I cannot put a framework as to this is how things work. I mean, you know yourself. So this is where your own boundaries come to line. This is where your own boundaries come to play to say, if a person doesn't love me the way that I need to be loved, then this is what that looks like. If, for instance, you are a timeline person, then you can say, I'll give him grace for this amount of time. And then after that, I'll know that he's, not. Or if maybe you're a conversational person, you'll say, I'll give him grace for this amount of conversations. And if after so many conversations, if he's still not adapting or he's still not learning, then I, will take the position that he's not willing or whatever. But just for you to put that boundary for yourself. And we're actually, I was at a church ladies meeting earlier today, and that was one of the topics that came up about boundaries that, and so in oftentimes a boundary in our society is looked at as a bad thing, but it's actually a healthy thing because that is how you protect yourself. So just putting that boundary, it's a healthy boundary, and enforcing it in a healthy way, then that in that way, yeah, you're now able to sort of like have those monitoring ways to say, if this is not happening, then it's not working for me, and then I'm moving on. And you also know what moving on for you looks like, because for some people, moving on would look like, okay, he's not doing that for me, so maybe I'm gonna let it go and adapt to him, his way. Or for some people, moving on would look like, boy, bye, I'm out of here. So yeah, so yeah, just to have that awareness as well.
Yeah. To me, I feel like this whole thing is just wrapped around self-awareness. Know thyself. Know thyself. Before you
Yeah,
get into the
yeah,
relationship, just know thyself
yeah,
so that you know your boundaries, you know what you need, you know how to serve. Leading to my next question, that how do you serve? Like, I don't know how to put this question, but how do you serve besides the communication part? Because you said, okay, communicate so that you know what your partner needs.
hmm
Besides that, say your partner doesn't know themselves, maybe. So how do you maneuver that confusion, that dilemma? This person doesn't know themselves, but I want to serve them. So how do you serve them the best way you can
yeah,
without feeling drained? Because mostly you won't feel appreciated because this person doesn't even know what they want.
yeah. Let me ask you a question. What makes you feel important in the morning?
Wow. Oh my God, that's such a deep question. In the morning. What? Wow. What?
I'm putting you
I,
on the spotlight.
oh my God. Truly, I truly don't know. I don't know.
You
I don't
see,
want to lie.
I think that's where it starts. Such
Mm,
conversations. Just have such conversations with your partner. Because what
mm,
happens is two things have happened to you right now. This question has made you feel seen. That,
mm,
oh,
mm, mhm.
it actually does care. And then
Oh my
secondly, it provokes your thinking as well. Actually, what does make me feel important in the morning? And you'll think about, if you don't know in the spot, it's fine. You think about it, and then you
God.
come back to your partner and say, actually, I thought about it. I actually like it when you kiss my forehead in the morning, you know? And then that's what your partner starts doing. So I think it's such little things. Just because remember, we said empathy, we said grace, we said patience. So it's very important to apply those things, even with like just trying to learn your partner. And you're very right that sometimes they may not even know, but then it takes those conversations, those gracious, graceful, patient conversations to say, hey, so what do you enjoy doing? What is it that you enjoy doing together? And then you start doing more of that. Or try out new things. Hey, did you enjoy it when we went hiking? Or do you enjoy it when you take long drives? I was thinking maybe we could do that, this weekend. And before you know it, like both of you guys are going to, because even your partner as well is going to learn together with you that this is actually what I love,
Wow.
you know. But the beautiful thing is then it helps you to know how to serve your partner.
Oh my God! Wow, this is a
And these are
learning
just
curve.
examples, by the way. The I mean, the ocean is huge in terms of it's a huge field in terms of it could be anything. Because you know, and I want to add this part as well, sis, because I think this is so important that in oftentimes we look at a person as like a one part person. I'm just looking at the physical you that I'm seeing with my naked eye, but the Bible says that you are created in God's image. And remember, God is three persons in one: Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. And when you get to study each of these persons, then you get to see that when he said, I created you in my image, he meant when I said God the Father, then he was referring to your soul. When I said God the Spirit, then he was referring to your spirit. When I said God the Son, then he was referring to your physical self. So when it comes to serving your partner, I think it's important for us to all be cognizant of the fact that you are serving a three person in one. It's not just the physical, like serving them spiritually. You need to pray for your partner. You need to pray with your partner. You need to speak life. You need to speak the word of God to your partner. When it comes to serving their soul, you need to nourish their emotions. You need to nourish their minds. You need to speak life to this person. Be positive, you know, speak positive word in their minds. When it comes to serving their body, I mean, I've already been making some examples, but it's just like to be cognizant to the fact that you're not just serving a person's physical self, but it's a whole tripartite being, three persons in one. Yeah.
Wow. I mean, wow. Ah, I'm left drained, like the good kind of drainage. I'm like,
Okay.
wow.
Okay.
Wow. Okay, I don't even want to ask the last question, but it was like, okay, no, I think I have to ask it because it's your thought. I heard you saying you feel, no, you think, no, yeah, according to you, yeah, let me just put it like that. According to you, it's like this thing has been abused in the male perspective, that females are more celebrated to an extent that males are now viewing this as a negative kind of thing. Why is that? And yeah, why do you think that? And why is that? Yeah, I don't even know if I'm.
That is, I think that's $1 million question. Um, because, you know, I'm gonna be, my sisters, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna be the devil's advocate on this one. But I think so much of our agenda as women has pushed a narrative that says for for me to feel loved, then he needs to provide for, you know, he needs to provide for me. And we've monetized this whole thing, and we've just glamorized the whole thing in terms of even the type of things that he needs to do. You know, he needs to buy me a certain, you know, type of like life luxury and all of those things. And on Valentine's Day he needs to be showering me with flowers and chocolate. And whilst all of those things are beautiful, because um I need you to hear me clearly, I'm not disputing that the importance of a man being a provider, because I believe that's innate within any man. But somehow I feel like that the what that looks like for different men is different. So for another man who, for instance, only affords to buy like, or he can't afford to buy anything, it doesn't mean that he doesn't love his woman. It just means that at that particular time his economic status is at a certain point. And for some people who can afford certain things, and to them they feel like provision looks a certain way, that's okay. Then to them, they will show love and provision in the way that it looks like. But my thing is, the way we've made it look, I feel like the way we've made it look in the narrative that we are pushing, or the narrative that has been pushed, is that if a man doesn't do certain things for you, it means he's a failure, and it means he's not doing enough, and it means he doesn't love you. And I, for one, think it's a very unfair thing to say. And it's a very unfair expectation. It just, um, if I feel like a person should be appreciated, or a man should be appreciated for what they can, do to provide for you. And I hope I'm responding to that question, because I'm pretty passionate about that as a topic. Maybe that's going to be the next thing we speak about.
Yes,
But
no, I feel like, yeah, I feel like you've done it justice. You have. But yeah, you're right. I think I just need you for just an interview, like just a separate interview, not not
on this
not.
topic, right? Because that's a whole nother deep topic.
Right.
'Cause, I mean, when
I
you think
feel like,
about it, that is what then makes most men feel manipulated, taken advantage of, because they feel like, the primary reason why you were here is because you wanted my things. You didn't really care for me. You didn't really love me. You just wanted my things. And if you feel like I can't afford those things, then you're gone. And that's really not a fair thing. So yeah, and I think vice versa. If a man is gonna come into a woman's life because he wants something, not really to love her unconditionally, it's an unfair thing. So yeah, like I said, I'm really passionate about that topic. So
right.
I could go on.
And by discussing this, you're just opening a whole lot of can of worms. I
Yeah.
mean, I mean, no, but I think, yeah, I think I'll need you for an interview. Yeah, outside of this hashtag holistic health initiative thingy, just an interview. But we'll talk.
Yeah.
But for now, I feel like this whole thing is just around self-awareness. Everything, every bit of it, when you get to the root cause, is just self-awareness. Root
Yes.
cause, self-awareness. So I feel like, yeah, people should go and view the January uh program or what sessions. Yeah, I feel like, yeah, it's a jigsaw puzzle. Thandwa, wow. I don't know what to say. Like, I don't know. You've just opened my mind. Like, in fact, you've blown my mind. I don't even know. You haven't opened it. You literally you've blown my mind. I've learned a lot. Well, I mean, wow. My notebook is so full. I mean, oh my God. Wow. Tano. No, thank you. Anything you want to add? You want to say before we say our goodbyes, our good nights?
Yeah. Thank you so much for having me. This has been so much fun. And I hope whoever's ears this lands on will pick something that will help them. And I just want to reiterate that just make your primary position serving your partner. And also, like you said, very important, search yourself. Who are you? Like, know that before you expect somebody else to know it. And come from a position of self-worth, because you are everything. You do not need a human being to complete you. God has made you whole, and He makes you whole. So you don't need a human being to complete you. A human being is just there to edify your life and make it better, okay? They're not there to fill in any void, because you do not have a void. You are complete.
Woo! Killed it. Killed it. Amazing. Tando, I truly appreciate you. We truly appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh my.
So
From us,
much.
we truly appreciate. Mwah, 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 mwah. Good night. Love you, love
Bye.
you. Bye bye. And we were sponsored by Eswatini Mobile. Again, win, win, win. Win, win, win. So yeah. Thank you. Goodbye, everybody. Mwah. Love you, love you.
Bye.
Bye.